In third grade, I lied to my teacher about where I lived. My elementary school was a building from the 1800s that seemed to have never been renovated. The floors creaked, the windows had grates on them that barely allowed any sunlight to come through. Everything in that building was old. Even my teacher was old. She was actually very sweet, though. On the first day of school, she asked each student to stand up, one by one, and say our name and home address out loud. My stomach dropped. When she called out my name, I nervously stood up and said, 62 Rome Street. A few minutes later, my cousin stood up and said, 62 Rome Street. Our teacher looked suspiciously at me, then at my cousin. We both stood silently. My heart pounded. She moved on, and I sighed in relief. I lied because my family didn't want to be found. Being undocumented feels like living a secret life, and I told absolutely no one. It wasn't until high school that I learned that so many of the people I grew up with were also undocumented, and that there were millions more like my family, and that I was no longer alone. It was then that I found my purpose and my community. I developed a sense of belonging through the immigrant rights movement. This is only one of the many reasons I'm so passionate about the work we do at Raíces. Every year, we provide thousands of underserved immigrant children, families, and refugees free and low-cost legal assistance and advocacy. We are changing the narrative around immigration in this country, operating on the national front lines of the fight for the right to live without fear. By donating to Raíces at any level, you can help us build a better world for the families we serve.